Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and this is Eddie Marcus. One more time. Right now, I'm kind of dizzy. My head is going around. My blood pressure is kind of high, and I just feel that this message is so essential that I tell you that even that feeling, that sickness, won't stop me. So here I go. The powers that be that control the earth, we can say it now. If we admit it, we can say it. They haven't conquered everything yet, but they're on their way. And I just wanted to say to you that this is happening. Many of you think it, many of you, you're so caught up in the way of this world till you just bought into it, sink and faucets all together. And we can understand that. At least love understands that. But love won't leave you just like that. You see, the pain and suffering that we all feel is a result of the choices that we have made. And every now and then, somebody, some spirit, try to come to you and warn you. And not only Americans are deceived to the point of being lost, the rest of the world as well. But it just amazes me. It amazes me that there are so many people who are calling themselves born again, and they are going right along with everything that this world does. And that is understood by love. Love understood that you haven't known the truth. People have been lying to you for all kinds of reasons. And you should know that they've been lying because they haven't accomplished anything. And they are still caught up in the whole mix. See, for those of you who are interested, being born again means basically and with all clarity this: you see the world as it is. You see the world as it is. Not only that, you see a way of the world that is perfect. And there is a difference between the world as it is and the world that is perfect. Being born again means that you choose, if you are born again, the world that is perfect. Especially if you've been in a world that's not perfect and you see that you have. And you choose the world that is perfect. Now the world that is perfect has a different mode of operation than the world that is imperfect. So by being born again, you know what the rules of the road are for perfection. And that is the way you walk, not the way you used to walk. And since all of the resources and goods and everything that's available on the earth for the preservation of humankind comes from God and belongs to no one, you know that. And yet you know that there's a stumbling block because there's an imperfect world that's trying to claim it. Trying to claim it. And by the power invested in truth and being born again, you have to stand up against that. What does that mean? That means that the Creator, that's what the Spirit that is here, that brought me, that got me standing here speaking to you, says that everything belongs to nothing but that created it. So everything belongs to that unseen spirit. Even you and I. And the only thing that is a little kind of strange here is that we have choice to follow the world of perfection or the world of imperfection. You have not known the world of perfection. The Spirit of love knows that, and you are not condemned because it was established before you came here. Your ancestors have brought us to this point of imperfection. And the powers that are of imperfection know that it's laughing at you. It has already been laughing at the rest of the world, but it's laughing at America now. They have reduced America so low that America have had put before them two candidates that's supposed to oversee America. Neither one of them are liked by the public. And yet the public is so weak, the public is so unaware that they are going to vote and choose this. And the powers that be will say, see, they are accepting us into their powers. In other words, we've been here all along. But now they're saying it's okay. Now, they're saying that about born-again people. You know why? Let me tell you. You born-again people do the same thing you were doing before you were born again. You get up, for those of you who got a job, you get up and you go to that job because that job gives you money. Money to allow you to do the things that you would like to do. And that same system that works that way have a product, a finished product of crime and violence out of this poverty, terrorism and war, police all over the place. Now in the airport you have to strip almost all of these things are the consequence of the system that you give life to every day. You give life to it because it's the only thing you know. You don't know anything else. And so that's saying that all you people who going to church every Sunday, talking about you born again, going out there doing the same things that everybody else don't know, and you don't know either. If you knew better, you would act better. So I'm telling you, out of the spirit that's in me, that's saying you are in religiosity, you're religious. Your religion has nothing to do with God. God is love. God is life. God is freedom, not bondage. When you're born again, you choose that. It's not God making you. Oh, now that you are implanted into the world of imperfection, you almost like you got to accept that. Because if you don't accept it, you know there's a possibility that you will be killed. Because even though on the world of perfection, you need the same food, you need the same clothing, you need the same kind of shelter, you need the same education as before, you need health care as before, and in order for these things to be provided, you need careers that produces these goods and services, just like you did over there. But as I said, you got a force over here that's saying, no, you're not doing that here. We rule this with money. And you don't rule yours with money. You rule yours with need, want, and desire. You shall have the desires of your heart. But there's a way to do it, and that is the way of exercising your gifts to create these things. And if the world is in your way, stand up against the world. Make them change the rules. Make them change their laws. How? By making them see themselves as reflected in your way, because they will kill you. And perhaps that might be what'll happen. But if you're born again, if you are born again, now this might sound strange to everybody that's not born again, but for those of you who are born again, just to confirm, the greatest thing that can happen to a born again person that's living in hell is to be killed for doing good. There is no greater good that can be exercised by any human being living on the face of the earth than to be born again and killed for living by the principles of being born again. And everybody that's born again knows that. Those of you who are faking it, I don't expect you to accept this. But one day, if you ever are born again, you will appreciate this statement. So what am I saying to you? I'm saying you are in hot water. Everybody is in hot water. You can stay on in hot water and the water gets hotter. Or you can jump out of this tub and travel a cool road. Somebody said, where do cool people go? The cool people born again. The cool people walk the spirit with love. So, I guess if I had to just boil it down and say, what would I recommend to you? I would recommend that you be born again. Because the devil is a trickery guy. I would recommend that you be born again. Because in there is life. In there is life. And where you're at is death. You're scared to death. You're scared of aliens copping out of the sky. They might not be nothing but holograms. You're scared that the earth might be flat when they told you it was round. You're scared that there might be a firmament really up there, something like a ceiling that you know what a ceiling looks like, your roof, the inside of your house. You can only go up to that, right? And to suggest that there's a firmament up there that you can reach and can't go beyond, it just blows your imagination, because we have been told that we can just go wow everywhere. Now, all of these things come by not knowing the truth. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. If you want it. If you don't, you'll stay free where you're at. Bye-bye.